Hi Cancer, this is your reading for August 2017. This is a general reading and will not resonate with all of you out there. If you know your moon and rising signs, I do encourage you to watch those videos as well because it'll give you a better idea of what August has in store for you. I want to thank everybody for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. It makes doing what I do worth it, and it makes doing the private readings that much more meaningful to me. For these readings, I am using the Raven's Prophecy Tarot by Maggie Stiefvater. I am also using the Handel Tarot deck by Herman Handel and the Life Purpose Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'd like to let you know right up front that I do not read reverse cards. And I also read exactly what I see, feel, and hear from the cards, my guides, and whomever else decides to come in. I tell you exactly what comes through, and sometimes that may be negative or have a negative connotation, and that is only so that you have a heads up for what's coming and will know how to deal with it when the time arises. It is not to offend anybody, and it is not to hurt anybody's feelings. So, Cancer, let's see what is coming for you in August. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. So you have 3 major arcana and 3 number 8s. So you're nearing completion of something, but you're not quite there yet. To start the month off with and to end July with, we have the High Priestess, and it's paired with the 8 of Cups. With these, I'm really feeling like something is coming into focus for you. I feel like you have a clearer view of something. It's almost like you've been living in the dark about something. And you've finally been able to turn on the light on certain aspects of your life that you haven't been seeing before. Like things have been happening out in a corner of some room, and you've been totally oblivious to it because it's been happening so quietly and kind of under the cover of darkness. And now, whether you meant to illuminate it or not, you have, and now you can't help but notice that it's there and has been there. So I feel like there is a mess that you kind of have to clean up, whether it's like the feelings that I get from this is that this is kind of a financial mess. I don't know if maybe if you are in a marriage or a partnership where only one of you is working and you've kind of not been paying any attention to the finances because you just didn't want to know or whatever, it's going to be illuminated that guess what? Both of you have to be working right now. You can't continue on the path that you've been on because you're right on the verge of losing everything or bankruptcy or having to walk away from everything that you've built. Then we have Justice. paired with the Eight of Wands. So this really feels, for the second week of August, it really feels like you're going to have to defend yourself in some way for some reason. I think for some of you, it might actually have to do with going to court, being in front of a judge with lawyers, and you are the actual defendant in a case. For others of you, I think that maybe it has to do with this financial difficulty where you might have to go to the bank and say, I'm sorry, I can't pay my mortgage this month, or you may have to go to your parents or family members and say, I can't repay that loan. Um, so I feel like you're really going to have to defend your actions and your decisions one way or another. Going into the third week, we have the Eight of Swords. Paired with the Emperor. Now, for some of you, for those of you who are actually going through court for something, who are in the defendant position, I feel like you are going to be found guilty of whatever this is that you're there for. But I don't feel like there is going to be jail time given. I feel like this is more of a house arrest or community service or something along those lines. I feel like there's going to be regular checkups and check-ins happening, and I don't feel that you're going to have absolute freedom, but I don't feel like you're going to be behind bars in order to deal with this. For others of you, because of this financial situation, you may be forced into doing something that you didn't want to do. Maybe you have an education in one field, but there are no jobs available for you in that field, so you have to take something that you feel is below you, and you don't have a choice in the matter because you need to get yourself and your family out of the situation that you're in. So again, it's that feeling of being trapped. Even though you're not physically behind bars, you are having to do this. You don't have a choice in the matter. Now, the end of August and going into September, we have the Page of Coins. Paired with the Three of Cups. So although this might be a struggle for some of you through mid-August, I feel like there is an opportunity coming at the end of the month for you. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration. And the Page of Coins says that there is some news coming in that has to do with finances. Maybe you take a job that you don't want to take because you need the money for life and to keep your house, to keep your vehicle, to keep your kids clothed, whatever that may be. But there's going to be an opportunity come up in your field. Maybe it's the same amount of pay as what you're doing just to get by, but at least it's in your field. So I feel as if there is some kind of opportunity coming up for you that may not be like extravagant and making you $100,000 a year or anything, but it's a start. And it's more along the lines of what you want to be doing, and that is going to lead to the celebration. And for those of you who are going through the court battle, the court case, whatever it is, I feel like there is an opportunity for you too, but it's kind of like it's being forced upon you. Like, you have to get this job to prove to us that you're doing something with your life. And it may be you're being very much underpaid for what you're doing, but you don't really have a choice in the matter. If you want to be free and clear of the charges, and away from what's been given to you, then you need to do what you're being told to do. So Cancer, now I'm going to pull a few cards from the Handel Tarot deck for some clarification, validation, and additional information. And then I'm going to pull a few cards from the Life Purpose Oracle cards. With the Oracle cards, I would normally use them as an indicator of the path that you're on or the path that you should be on. But in this case, I'm going to use them as an idea of what the overall theme for August is going to be for you. Yep. Okay, so with the first card that came up here is the Four of Stones, which is essentially the Four of Coins. Followed by the Chariot, and the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, it looks like there may be a move required in order for you to get ahead financially. It could be that where you're living is just not affordable for you, and that's part of what the issue is. So, like I said, a move may be necessary for you to get back on track. It looks like there is going to be some worry associated with this, and there may be some blame being passed back and forth between you and your partner or family members or whomever about how you got into the situation that you're in. For those of you who are, again, during this court thing, it may be that the venue or the location of whether it's a trial or just a hearing or whatever it might be, it may be moved. And that could be in your best interest. I think that's why you're getting off without any jail time, is because where it's moved to, nobody actually knows you or the situation. As for theme, we have protected, let go, and environmentalist. Now, I don't think that this is for everybody, but I think that for some of you, you may end up having to work in landscaping. For some of you, that's exactly what you want to be doing. For others of you, I feel like even if you're just going around cutting people's lawns to make the extra money, or weeding flower beds or things like that, I think that that's what's coming in. And you have to just let go of your idea of what you should be doing and take what's available to you. So that's kind of what the theme is. Just let go of any preconceived notions that you have in order to get ahead in your life. Because that's the only way that you're going to get through what's going on. So, Cancer, hopefully this resonated with some of you. And if you would like a private reading, you can email me at traveler with 2 L's 1230@gmail.com. And I just want to let you know that I am booking into about mid-September now. So if you would like a reading, I do suggest that you email me at your earliest convenience so that we can get you in and booked. Otherwise, good luck in August, and I'll see you back here in a couple of weeks for your mid-month reading.